Levine, Alexandra Levine live at the America's Pulse Network. We are all in tonight with me, Alexandra Levine. Tonight, we focus on this new fad that the left is obsessed with and focused on, fighting oligarchy. And we'll put up the slide. Fighting Oligarchy Tour. Over the course of the next few weeks, I'll be hitting the road to have real discussions across America on how we move forward to take on the oligarchs and corporate interests with so much power and influence in this country. This is created by Congresswoman AOC and Senator Bernie Sanders. Now, they're literally wasting taxpayer dollars traveling all over the country, rallying to fight oligarchy. Bernie Sanders says that Elon Musk wants to run for president, which we know is against our constitution because Elon Musk was born in South Africa, not in these great United States. And AOC is upset because illegal criminals are leaving our country and she wants to harvest them. The reason these rallies are happening is that the Democrats have no message and they have no real leader. Their leader is the minority guy, Hakeem Jeffries, and he says that we're the party of farting. Show the clip.
That makes the American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom to vote. That makes the American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom to vote. That makes the American dream possible. We will fight hard for the freedom to vote.
You heard it there, folks. We will fart hard for the freedom to vote. The Democrat Party has become the party of farting. They also think that if they push their socialist, communist, Marxist agenda, we the people are just going to comply. I'm sorry, I thought we had an election. I thought we voted against this socialism and communist crap. The Democrats had their pick. They literally installed Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee with Tim Walz as the vice presidential nominee, and he's worse than her. They were pushing that far left socialist agenda that we the people rejected. And we'll put up the meme about Diana Gelbio. What did she write? Scoop. The FBI launched a task force meant to try to nail the criminals setting fire to Tesla vehicles and charging stations, calling the acts domestic terrorism and eyeing an anarchy blog calling for more. This is the left. The left is saying Elon Musk is ruining our lives. We need to burn Teslas. We need to burn Tesla factories all over the country. And thank God that Attorney General Pam Bondi said this is considered domestic terrorism. You can't just go off and burn other people's cars or burn a Tesla factory. That's how the Democrats feel that they will win us over by burning Tesla cars and burning Tesla factories. It's crazy. And then we also have breaking. Multiple and ordinary devices discovered. We have that meme right now. There we go. Multiple incendiary devices discovered at a Tesla dealership in Austin, Texas. The devices have now been removed without incident. When are Democrats going to condemn these terrorist attacks against Tesla? Correct, but they're not going to. You know why? Because they're feeding into this narrative that if we can't win, we got to kill somebody. If we can't win, we got to incite violence like they did with BLM and what they're doing with the pro-Hamas rallies that are still happening on college campuses. I mean, they feel that if they threaten our lives, that we the people are just going to roll over and comply. Well, as President Trump said, we will never be a socialist nation, and he is 100% correct. We are not a socialist nation because we the people voted him in, and he is doing everything he can to keep us a capitalist nation. Because, again, it's America first. He believes in America first. That's what he campaigned on, the MAGA movement, keeping America great. That's what we the people voted for. That is the mandate. But all of a sudden, these crazy left-wing lunatics, like Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett from Texas, she was at an event and she dissed her governor, Greg Abbott, called him Hot Wheels, the man in the wheelchair. She said he's a hot mess. That governor was paralyzed from the neck down and has to live in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. You think he asked for that? You think he prayed for that? You think he wanted that? How dare her attack a man who's a paraplegic? Disgusting. And that's her governor. And then today, she was in the rotunda in the Capitol, and a reporter was asking her questions, and she didn't like the questions that were asked, and she literally hit the guy and assaulted him and tried to pull his phone away from him. It's caught all on camera on X. Thank God that the reporter decided to charge her with assault and battery. She's a sitting congresswoman. And why do they keep allowing her on TV? Why are they putting her on Fox News and MSNBC and ABC and CNN? Is she the rising star of the Democrat Party? A leftist loon? A lunatic that attacks a guy who's a paraplegic? Remember when they lied and said that President Trump was attacking a disabled guy or making fun of a disabled guy? Everything that the Democrats accuse President Trump of doing, they do. And then you have this moron, Governor Wes Moore in Maryland. He's an up-and-coming Democrat who got in there because of Barack Hussein Obama. He's Obama 2.0. He is formed and funded by Oprah Winfrey and George Soros. And there was a big article that came out that they want Wes Moore to run for president of the United States, that he's the face of the Democrat Party. He's a leftist socialist loon, continuing to tax the people of Maryland, asking for full federal funding to rebuild the Francis Scott Key Memorial Bridge. And he wanted to change the name of the bridge to make it a name of a black leader, because he's a DEI leader and a DEI hire. He calls himself a DEI leader. And look what he's doing at Fort Howard. Look what the bill that he signed, the illegal bill, HB 538, the bill that he signed and worked with former county executive John Yashevsky, who's now the congressman in MDCD2, to put Section 8 housing at Fort Howard. Fort Howard is federal land and federal property. It is illegal to put any type of Section 8 housing or any type of housing to harvest illegals on that land. And I've been working with a Secretary of HUD on this, Scott Turner, as well as Pam Bondi, as well as Pete Hegseth and Doug Hollins with the Department of Veterans Affairs. And the Scott Turner, the head of the Department of HUD, the Secretary of HUD, he said today that anybody who tries to harvest illegals, anybody that uses Section 8 to harvest illegals goes to jail. He said, we will not have Section 8 harvesting illegals, and he wants to actually reduce Section 8 housing. But the fact that Governor Wes Moore would sign a bill to put Section 8 housing at Fort Howard is a disgrace and disgusting. And I'm hoping that the Trump administration will go in and override this. But that's the type of man that that Democrats are going to vote for, that Republicans are going to vote for to be president of the United States. A man that combats every single thing that President Trump puts into place. Let me tell you something, Governor Wes Moore. The majority of the Democrats and the independents, they voted for President Trump. They voted for President Trump over Governor Larry Hogan. It's disgusting and disgraceful. I'm being told that my video is frozen, but my audio is good. But after the break, I will reboot my phone so that everything is good. I'm actually using an Ethernet cord. Everything should be good. I used an Ethernet cord last week, but if my video is frozen, please let me know. But I will be resetting this right before the break. But I do need to get to these points because these points are perfect. So anyway, all of these elected officials that combat President Trump and his executive orders are subject to going to jail. It is jail time, people. Jail time for continuing to combat President Trump. It's up to us, though. It's up to us, we the people, to combat this. We voted for President Trump. And there's people that I know that didn't vote for President Trump, but they do not like the Democrat socialist communist agenda. Only 1% of the country supports it. Now, AOC and Bernie Sanders, they're going to go around the country. They're going to say, fight oligarchy. I'm in Maryland here. They have stupid signs, fight oligarchy. They got highway passways. People are honking to fight oligarchy. I know people are upset that Elon Musk has fired certain people that work for the federal government, but may I remind you that the people that he is firing, he's firing people that overstayed their visas. He is firing people that want to stay at home and not go into the office to work. He is firing people that when he looks into their portfolios, they don't do the work. They are lazy. He's firing the lazy ones. And he is putting in 19-year-olds that will do the work, that are strong, that are smart. He's putting in young people and even people in their 30s and 40s that want to go into work, that know what the hell they're doing. So I know people are scared. People are nervous. Virginia's freaking out because a lot of the federal workers are getting laid off. And a lot of government contractors are getting laid off too. But if you do your work, if you have merit, if you have a college education, if you have not dissed and attacked Elon Musk and the President of the United States, your job will be safe. Because we don't need people in the federal government that spew out their political bias on their social media platforms. When you are a federal government worker, you do not go on social media, period. You have to be very careful. Look what happened today. For some reason, a reporter got into a private signal group with Pete Hegseth and many heads of people in our department, such as Pam Bondi and so forth, and Marco Rubio. I use Signal. Signal is a very secure app. The government uses it. CIA, FBI, IDF, Mossad, Shin Bet, etc. The fact that Atlanta's reporter got in there, I blame the reporter for that. I don't blame Pete Hegseth for that. And they also said that classified information wasn't shared on that conversation. And then the Senate Republicans, they actually had a hearing. It was supposed to be about the global initiative, and they talked about the Signal thing with DNI Director Tulsi Gabbard and the new CIA Director John Radcliffe and the new FBI Director Kash Patel. But they weren't on the original thread. Why are they being questioned about this? And John Radcliffe said, when I go on Signal, it's not classified information we talk about. It is a private group, but it's not classified information. He said, I actually have never been on a big group private chat on Signal. And Tulsi Gabbard said the same thing. They questioned the wrong people today. But it was a waste of our taxpayer dollars and a waste of our time. That's not what the hearing was about. And Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, she clarified it for everybody. So did Pete Hegseth, so did others. But what did the Democrats spew? They say, we got to push for the resignation of Pete Hegseth, push for the resignation of this person, push for the... That's all they know what to do and say. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's very crazy. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But again, we have to continue pushing President Trump's agenda forward. And the more that these damn Democrats spew out their anti-Semitic rhetoric, spew out their lies and their propaganda, destroy Teslas, burn Tesla facilities, get a bunch of pro-Hamas groups to combat Jews and Christians, it doesn't help them. It makes them weak, and it makes us, we, the Republicans or conservatives, stronger. So I challenge you, we the people who voted for Trump, I challenge you to primary out Ms. Crockett. I challenge you to get rid of all of these Democrats, these socialist, communist Democrats out of our government, because the more that they're in there, because we don't have term limits in Congress in the United States, or we don't have term limits in Congress, period, they're going to become president of the United States one day, or vice president of the United States, or a big position. And we can't have that. We can't have them in big positions of power. What Jasmine Crockett did should be grounds for removal of her from Congress. She should not be assaulting any reporter. And she should not be criticizing or going after her governor, who's a paraplegic like that. And people will say, oh, well, that's her freedom of speech. We can't, get rid of people because of their freedom of speech. Let me tell you something. There's a difference between freedom of speech and hate speech, and there's a lot of backside intent into what she says. When Maxine Waters says, if you're at a restaurant or a gas station, and you see people in that cabinet, you push back on them and you tell them and you go after them and you fight. See, there's a difference when President Trump says fight, fight, fight. He's saying fight for your country, fight for the people. When the Democrats say fight, 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 they mean fight against people that are not like them. Torture us, defame us, hurt us. Not cool. Not cool at all. It's not right. And we're going to talk in the second segment also about what's not cool and what's not right. But I'm telling you guys, you have to look at who are the rising stars now in the Democrat Party, who they want to put as the face. You want an AOC, you want a Bernie Sanders, you want a Jasmine Crockett, you want a Wes Moore? I don't think so. But these are the people that the Democrats are pushing for because they have nobody. They have to push the George Soros 2.0s, the Obama 2.0s, the leftist loons, the Elizabeth Warrens of the world. It's crazy. Craziness. I don't understand it. And it's sickening. Why did they think that we, the people, will support socialism and communism when we just voted against it? And then the mainstream media, they says, oh, the fighting oligarchy tours have 30,000 people, 34,000 people. They're all paid by the DNC. They're pro-Hamas people that go to their rallies. They're transgender people. They're LGBTQ. They're all these leftist loon groups that come to these rallies. It's not everyday Americans that are going to these rallies. They are paid groups that are going. That's why I laugh. How many people in my audience have been to a Trump rally? I've been to multiple Trump rallies. I've been VIP to Trump rallies. It's 30 to 40 to 50 to 100,000 people, real people like you and I that go. There's Democrats and independents that go. President Trump doesn't pay us to go. We go and we stand in line for hours, sometimes days. He doesn't have to pay us to go. But Kamala Harris and all these Democrats, they have to pay people to go to their rallies because nobody wants to go. Because their message is effed up. Stupid. They don't have a message. Fighting oligarchy. Do they even know what that means? The Democrats are the ones that want World War II, just like President Trump said to President Zelensky, Vladimir Zelensky. He said to Zelensky, you're looking at World War II. You want World War II. That's what the Democrats want. These are the same Democrats that support funding Ukraine and giving money to our brother, Mr. Zelensky. I had a Jewish Democrat tell me, don't you want to give to our Jew friend, Zelensky? Got to support our Jew friend, Zelensky. He's not my Jew, I can tell you that. Not at all. There's better Jews out there. Let me tell you, there's better Jews out there. There's better Jewish groups to give your money to. But that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Coming up after the break, we're going to continue this. We have some breaking news that President Trump signed today, and we will be right back after the break.
Do you have old home videotapes that you're no longer able to watch? Need them transferred to DVD, Blu-ray, or your smart device? Baltimore Digital offers professional-grade VHS, mini DV, and high 8 digitizing services. We can also convert Super 8mm film too. Baltimore Digital also provides photo restoration services. Visit archive.baltimoredigital.net. Mention code Alexandra for a 10% introductory discount.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. The America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. APN's The Pulse, hosted by Alexandra, Damon, Elena, and Seth. So tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X/Twitter, Rumble, Truth Social, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the revolution. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Alexandra Levine. Hopefully, I'm not frozen. Like I said, I'm using a new Ethernet cord, and everything should be working just beautifully. I have no storms here. Everything should be great. So, breaking news tonight. President Trump signs an executive order, and I've been looking forward to this. I can't even speak. Requiring, and I'm frozen. Okay, guys, we're going to end this. I'm going to get off the Ethernet cord, and my producer's going to come on, and he's just going to be on here for about a half hour, okay? We're going to end this segment, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes. So please, Damon, just put on multiple videos and get on here because I'm going to be unfrozen. So I'm getting off the Ethernet cord.